Hiya, thanks for joining us again this week. It's another, it's a sunny Wednesday. Goodness knows what Thursday will bring. This is week 11 of the Thurso show. Again, my name is Marion. I am a Thurso Community Development Trust board member. Tonight we are joined, as always, by Joan Laurie, the Thurso Development Manager. And we're also joined by Sharon Desmore, who is one of the team members with Thurso Grows, which is one of our projects. So first things first, Joan, can you just give us a quick update on what's been happening with community support and general goings on in the last week?
Well, the community support is carrying on as it has been. We're still doing lots of meals, over 500 meals a week. Lots and lots of wellbeing packs going out, particularly painted stones, which Sharon will talk about in a minute or two. What else have we been up to? Yeah, that's really it for the community support. We do have some of the folkies that are starting to feel like they can start going about again, and tomorrow, obviously, for those who have been shielding, means that they can get out and do some exercise, so that's really good because it means that people can just get out and get a bit of sunshine. But that's really where we are with the community support for this week.
Brilliant. And we've got a survey launched at the moment that closes in just a couple of days. So you'll find that on our website, www.thursocdt.co.uk. And we'd really appreciate if you could fill that out for us. John, can you just give us a quick update on survey happenings?
So we have had about 950 responses so far. It's also really important to note that this survey is not just for Thurso, it's for all of Caithness. So if you're in Castletown, Halkirk, Leicester, Dunbeath, Wick, John O'Groats, wherever you are, you can select your community council area when you go into it. It really is for it to go forward into Caithness recovery plans to see where we go to from there. And it asks all sorts of different questions. So a lot of stuff about economic things. So it's not just for people who have been receiving community support, it's for all of us to see what kind of impacts COVID have had. You know, have you suffered a loss of income? Have you struggled in any way? How are you actually feeling at the moment as well, which is quite an important bit as we go towards kind of shaping the services that community groups can offer. To the better stuff, like what have you actually enjoyed about lockdown? Lots of people have responded that they've been able to spend quality time with the families that, you know, their family that they are living with, especially with the kids. Some of you have struggled with homeschooling. I'm not surprised. I think I would have found that hugely a challenge, and well done to anybody who has been working full-time and homeschooling, or just homeschooling. That's a hard job. But lots of other people have also been able to take up new kind of hobbies and crafts and things like that. Gardening seems to be a big thing, and lots of people have taken up growing. But I think Sharon's going to say some more about that.
Yeah, so last week we spoke about the Town Square Gardens project, Sir John's Square, as my Sunday voice would tell me. So Sharon, we mentioned last week that the Thurso Grows team will be organising a team of volunteers to get the area prepped ready for planting. And we also spoke about the Painted Stones project. So what we'll do tonight is we'll invite Sharon, because she knows so much more than I do, to tell us a little bit about how that work has started and what's going on all down at the town square.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show. I watch your show sometimes. It's great. It's comedy. So we've been going with Thurso Grows since sort of the spring last year, and I think this is probably one of the most exciting things for me personally that's happened, but also one of the scariest things when Joan sort of said, oh, there's this like slight chance that maybe we could plant the town square full of vegetables. Like the little child in me is like, yes, let's fill the world with vegetables. And then the adult in me was like, oh, this is the scariest thing ever, because it's June, you know, it's the middle of a worldwide pandemic. We didn't have people signed up, but it's been absolutely amazing. I was out on Saturday with a couple of people, and then also on Tuesday with a bunch of volunteers. We've pretty much got the whole of the town square weeded now. We're working on, there's about 30 small boxes around the town as well that we're about to get and attack. last week I put an order in. I think when I totted it up on the back of my bag paper, we've got about 3,000 plants coming to go in, all vegetables. We're going to be growing salads, we're going to be growing brassicas, so lots of cabbages, leeks, cauliflower, we've got beetroot. I've got beautiful beetroot that do like funky swirls, really exciting food that we're basically going to take an area that's always been gorgeous, but really transform it with food that people can eat. And it's really particularly exciting because at a time like this, like food's been so important, and food supplies as well. So yeah, it's been fantastic, and it was amazing. Like we were working and people like beeping their horn, like, winding down their windows, like yeah, sort it out. You know, it was just really, really cheerful. Lots of people stopping to talk to us at the gate the other day. A couple of people are like, really, you know, quite puzzled. A couple of people thought it was great, some people thought we were crazy, but yeah, it was really nice and really so important to be talking about food and local food at the time like this. And yeah, I think with the painted stones, because I think Jane talked about it last week, I saw, but like the painted stones will bring a lot of the colour in, so that'll be like a real focal point. And loads of little kiddies were walking past, or mums with kids saying, oh, my kid's done some stones, so there'll be like a really bright and beautiful thing. And then fingers crossed, you've just got to really pray to the gods of the vegetables that we can grow lots of food, because although we've got lots of plants to grow, a lot depends on the season, and there's some real challenges about it as well, like getting water to the site, protecting it from pests, soil improvement, things like that. I'm sort of talking as a gardener. I can see Joan glazing over. Sorry.
No, thank you, Sharon. So as Sharon mentioned there, so we'll be collecting stones at the square, so please do drop them in for us. And as we mentioned last week, we'll get them all sprayed up with a varnish so they make the gardens look all lovely and colourful. And Sharon and the team will make sure that all the veggies are planted in there and taken good care of. As I say, she knows so much more than I do, that's for sure. So Sharon, once we have, and yes, we will do our pray to the vegetable gods, that they all work and delicious and ready to go. When that happens, what is the plan for what you guys managed to grow down there?
So it's very much a community project, and it's very much for the community. So our plan is that we'll be signposting people towards the veg when it's ready to pick. So there'll be either like traffic light systems or signs up so people know what's ready or what's almost ready. They can come down, they can help themselves. We'll have regular volunteers there as well that will be working to keep the gardens well kept, so they can talk to and help pass out the vegetables. And excess we use for community projects. It's very much a work in progress. We're still really trying to understand and work out everything that we're doing, but that's definitely the plan, the hope.
Brilliant. That sounds fantastic. And I guess, yeah, it's worth reiterating that this project wasn't in the plan, it wasn't in the calendar. We're just kind of taking a situation and running with it. As many organizations, many businesses, everybody is at the moment. So please do bear with us, and we'll keep you up to date as best as we possibly can. But yeah, things are happening. It's hopefully going to be a colourful garden this summer, even though we don't have any plants, and a delicious summer if all goes to plan. So my last question, Sharon, is I know that you guys have been working on loads of things during the lockdown. We spoke to Jill, I think it was maybe week 2 or 3 of the Thurso show, who gave us an update then. But perhaps you could just fill us in on how Thurso Grows has responded to the pandemic and what you guys have done with the things that you were running anyway, maybe some new initiatives, and yeah, just fill us in.
Cool. Okay, well, the garden's going great. We've been growing lots of food throughout. Any excess food we've been giving away locally to people that volunteer or stay locally, and also we've given some down, for example, to the meals that people cook from the Thurso Cafe, bits and pieces like that. New things that we've started, so a couple of things that we're really excited. We've started like a Thurso Grows from Home group. It's an online WhatsApp group. We've given away something like 50 salad planters, with planted up with salads for people to grow at home, and hundreds of tiny little plants like tomatoes, chilies, peas, all sorts of things, courgettes, squashes, people taking them home, and then they have a choice if they want to join our online WhatsApp group. It's the busiest WhatsApp group I've ever been in. They share pictures and ask questions, and late at night there's discussions about slug control, all sorts of things. That's been really positive. And then the other thing that's just started, we're on a second lot that went out today, which is really, really fantastic, is our meal bags idea that Anne, my co-worker, is coordinating. And that's really about sort of, it's an education thing, it's something that's really nice for children. It's about like the things that are really important to the community garden. So local food, seasonal food, food that we can grow up here, and also supporting your local shops as well. So we make a bag, it's got ingredients in it, it's got a recipe, and that does an online video. She teaches you how to cook. It's got, some of them that went out this week had courgettes from out there, so literally nowhere at all, you know, from the local polytunnels and local people. And yeah, it's really fun. You get your meal bag, all your ingredients in it, you get to cook something really nice. I think it was a lime and courgette cake or something really exciting like that. And yeah, it's just about,
there was lime and courgette cake that went today.
right, I saw a picture online.
Yeah.
It looked something intriguing, but yeah, it looked great. So yeah, just about getting kids and getting people involved, and like we can grow that food really easily up here. We can source all that really locally, and you can support local growers. So the bags have been like so popular, so we're really excited about that. Yeah,
it's fantastic. We've seen a real boost in community spirit in all areas, I think, in the town and Caithness wide as well. So it's fantastic to see that that's extended to Thurso Grows, and hopefully, as you say, that we can continue with that. If we can continue the buzz around growing your own, shopping locally, cooking for yourself and reducing our food waste, then we've got a really exciting sort of couple of months and years ahead of us with the Thurso Grows project. And for anybody who isn't aware, the Thurso Grows project's home is actually in the Thurso Community Garden, which is at Faulkner Waters Court. And you can read all about it on their Facebook page. They have their own Facebook page as well as the Thurso Community Development Trust Facebook page, and you can also read about the Thurso Grows project on the website. They've got their own page within the Thurso Community Development Trust website. So I think that's about us for this evening. Is there anything you wanted to add, Sharon or Joan? Anybody?
No, I think you've covered us all. I think
No,
that's
no.
us done. I think the only thing that I'd add about Thurso Grows is, while I get them into more trouble and give them more work to do, is they do actually have some wee polls up just now, because looking at, we would normally be delivering quite a lot of workshops at the moment, and would have been in that kind of period from March until the end of June, because the focus of the project is obviously about climate change and about, you know, little things that we can all do. So there has been some polls up, sort of looking at what online workshops people might be interested in as we sort of move forward. We kind of figure that you might all be a bit of a captive audience at the moment, as soon as you can view an online workshop from the comfort of your own home. You don't actually have to go out anywhere. So yeah.
Brilliant. Sounds great. So if to complete those polls, I think I saw them on the Facebook page, is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
So head over to if you jump onto Facebook and just put in the search bar Thurso Grows, you'll see it's an icon like this one, but instead of blue, it's green for Thurso Grows, and you'll be able to scroll through the posts and see which ones that are asking you for just a wee vote as to what you'd like to learn about from the team. They're a super friendly team, and I ask silly questions all the time, and they never laugh at me to my face. So they're really helpful.
Sorry.
So I think that's about us for tonight. So thank you for joining us again this week, and we'll chat to you again next week.